Warning, this podcast, website, and associated social media accounts are intended for audiences of legal drinking age. We do not advocate overconsumption or the abuse of alcohol. Never drink and drive, drink responsibly. And please remember to always take what we say with a grain of salt. After all, we are just some dudes with some brews.
We started out by crawling out from under the thumb of the man. The lovers of God with dad bods just trying to feed our fam. Go sit right there and grab a beer, you know just what to do. Throw it back, get hammered, and listen to dudes and brews.
What? Show me. One of these hitters right here?
An orange creamsicle.
Let me see.
It's like an ice cream, dog.
Oh, one of those? Like the official?
Yeah, like an ice cream.
Never been a huge fan of them.
But you've had them.
But yes, I've had them.
Like, you know the flavor that I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
That's the flavor that I was going for.
Gotcha. That makes sense now.
And now you drink it and you go, yeah, that's not what
I'm not getting
but
it.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not getting it, but I'm loving the beer.
Like, it's a great beer. That's not what it is, but
Man,
it's good.
Kudos to your homebrew, man.
Thanks.
You're doing
You gotta
amazing.
turn that bastard around.
So, I don't know. I needed
is it
some
stiff?
slack, bro.
Is it stiff?
Yeah, I needed some slack.
Let me get down here between your knees.
All right, hang on. Let's see. I got no slack, bro.
I got you.
Okay. All right. Let's see. There we go. Boom. I think that's money right there.
Is that better?
Yeah. I got a little slack now. Perfect. But yeah, I've seen those before. How many different variations of orange creamsicle are there? I know that there's a popsicle. Okay, sherbet. Okay.
But
yeah.
similar. I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
I gotta say this, dude. This is it's better than any of the IPAs I've bought off the shelf recently.
Really?
Like I said, it ties so closely to one of my favorites out right now that I'm blown away by it.
Yeah.
You said it's 5.1 ABV.
Yep.
So the drinkability is there, the flavor's there. You're coming in, you're getting off work. You're working outside in 101 degrees all day. You get one of these hitters in front of you, man, your day just turned around real quick.
Yeah, it's 5.12. Like, let me look. I'll show you. I put it on.
And you brewed it with Mosaic
and Citra hops.
and Citra. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, it is so good.
Let me look.
I was blown away by it.
Oh, well,
You want to talk
thanks.
about blowing your hair back? And look, I know I was hard on the last brewery. This one absolutely blows your hair back.
Like, let's take a look here.
I
I'll
might
show
be a
you.
little biased though.
Get out of here.
Could you think bias could come into play?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, so what do we got here?
I was gonna tell you, it's got
Oh, so
44 IBUs. Yeah, 5.12%.
Okay, so you got it posted on Untappd.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. If
I'll
you're
be-
on Untappd, you
I'll
can
be sure
always
to-
find my beers under the Dudes and Brews Ale Works home brewery.
I'm going on right now.
And this is the Master of the Custodial Art series.
Oh, okay.
This was brewed with lactose
Wait, what?
to give like a creamy, kind of smoother mouthfeel, a little bit sweeter. None of that comes through.
No, it doesn't. That doesn't
Like-
come through. Like I see the disconnect.
None of it
there
comes through.
between-
I'm just like, what?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
This was
It's
labeled as a
great-
milkshake IPA, and it's not what it turned out to be.
Okay, it's a great beer, just not what you anticipated for it to come through.
Exactly.
Okay.
Not the way I
That's-
expected it, but like I said, I'm not upset with it, so I'm rolling.
Absolutely. Now, if I do the search box for a Master of the Custodial Arts, I'll find it.
Maybe the easiest way to find it is if you look for Dudes and Brews Ale Works.
Okay. Dudes.
You have to do
The and sign.
the ampersand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brews Ale Works.
Yeah. The more I do this and look under brewery.
Okay, like Ale Works, all one.
No, 2 words.
Okay, Ale Works. Okay.
And then look under brewery.
Brewery. Okay. I was gonna say All right. Let's see. Did I do that right? I should.
Oh
be.
no, you typed in brewery.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I definitely want to go on there and rate it.
Yeah, tell me what you think. Yeah, right there.
Can
Dudes
I
and Brews Ale Works, and then go to beers.
can I drop my rating now?
Yeah.
Like
Right there.
On
That's
the
one.
podcast?
Check in.
okay. How about this? You're getting a 5.
Check in, rate it. You can put comments if you want to.
This beer's getting a 5. Okay.
Yeah. What's cool about the Masters of Custodial Art series, and you'll have to go in and look at it just when you're messing around one day,
Okay.
is each one is basically a character.
So I call it. So basically, I went to a homebrew store a while back. This is years ago. I went to a place in Richardson called Homebrew Headquarters, and one of the guys there, I think his name's Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey, I'm going to be brewing an IPA. I've got all the hops at home. You know, I've got like random hops left over throughout the year that I've been brewing.
Okay.
Some stuff will take 3/4 an ounce, and you buy them in an ounce at a time.
Yeah.
Or some will take half an ounce. So I just have a bunch of random hops just sitting around that are leftovers from
Sure.
brews I've done. So I'm going to throw them all into an IPA. He goes, oh, cool. So you're going to do a floor sweep. And I'm like, cool. I like the idea. I'm kind of like a janitor. And I'm like, I don't know, janitor sounds dirty.
Yeah,
Floor sweep kind of sounds dirty.
Yeah, they
so
get
I took
that.
a little bit from Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
In the movie Half-Baked,
Half-Baked,
he's
yes.
a janitor, but he says he specifically says,
I myself am a master of the custodial arts, or a janitor if you want to be a dick about it.
You got to church it up a little bit.
yeah.
You know?
So that's exactly what I did.
Okay.
Is I created a series. It's the Master of the Custodial Arts series.
Love it.
Each one so far has been a different style of IPA, and each one has like a different character and a different story from this character.
Okay.
Like one of
I'm
them
digging it.
is just the Master of the Custodial Arts. He's the original. He's just a janitor.
Yeah.
He does some dirty work that most people don't want to do.
Yeah, a lot of dirty jobs.
But if you
dirty
read
work.
it, it sounds like there's like an underlying tone. Like, is he a mobster? Is he just a custodian?
That's cool.
And then there's one that is like a housewife. That's like a housewife, but she's not really a housewife. She's underground. She's like an underground like mob, like crime ring.
Yeah, I think you've shown me that one specifically.
And then like
Possibly.
there was another one that was like, hold on, I'll show it to you.
Yeah.
Let me get down here.
The labels
This one
are
is
awesome.
like a sorcerer of some kind.
Okay. Now, can I check in
Yeah.
on the podcast?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Because I just want to make sure.
I mean, you got to come to the location if you want to get that beer.
You know what I'm saying? You have to.
Yeah. So here's the housewife. This was the black IPA.
That's the one. Yeah, you've showed me that
This
label.
is the original, which was a hazy that I did previously.
Okay.
I just cached that. That was actually pretty good. This
Now,
is the milkshake.
Okay, that's what this was.
Yep, and
gonna
then the
turn
next
out.
one's going to be a white IPA.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
So we'll see
Volume
how this
4.
one works.
It's a whole series.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'll just keep doing them. I'll do the same ones, but most of them it'll have different characters, different artwork. Hitting that floor sweep.
Yeah, I was just reading that. Yep.
So yeah.
That's cool. Well, you killed it, man. You killed it with this one, Joe.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
It's good. It's real good for
Yeah.
for a hot summer day.
It absolutely is. That was my first go-to. Like,
Worked out well.
it did.
So something that I've been doing during the summer, I've done it twice now. I wanted to talk to you about. I know
Yeah.
you've done it.
Talk
'cause
to me
I've
about it,
been
bro.
riding with the boys.
Yeah.
And I
this
almost
is
died.
You did almost die. I hear.
We were mountain biking, and I almost died.
Okay.
So basically, I drink water throughout the day, but I don't like go ham on water.
Right.
I just here and there, like to quench my thirst. Like I don't do it to try to hydrate.
Just kind of wet the whistle when you need to.
100%.
Okay. Fair enough.
So Larry hit me up. Was like, hey, you want to go riding? We're gonna be riding early Saturday morning. I said, sure. What time? We got there like 9, I think, and I'm like, it's too early for me to eat beforehand.
Yeah.
It's really in a weird spot because then if I wait and ride and then eat afterwards, I'm gonna feel like crap. So it was real weird.
Okay.
Didn't eat. Didn't drink anything that morning.
So you just kind of rolled out of bed and
just-
hit the trail.
Put on some clothes, went and got on the trail, and I almost died. I didn't really almost die, but
Yeah.
I was so tired. Like I saw the elevator doors start to close,
Yes.
so I pulled over.
I've witnessed that firsthand
Dude,
with you on
it's-
the trail.
So, dude, same thing.
Same thing happened.
Bro.
I'm just gonna take
Took
a
the
nap.
helmet off, took the gloves off, sat down. My hands were like shaking and tingling.
Well, here's the thing: you wouldn't know what to expect until you experience it. Like the saying goes, until you walk a mile in that person's shoes.
Yeah.
Well, until you ride a mile on a trail,
Dude.
you don't know what to expect. You don't know that you need to hydrate the night before or prepare or eat a balanced meal.
Yeah.
So,
How was
I'm
your
glad-
first experience? I know you haven't
Well-
done it very often either. They did the same thing to you, didn't they?
Well, they did, and let me just start off by saying I'm glad it didn't cost you your life. I'm glad you're still with us.
yeah.
No, they
Appreciate
did.
that.
They did. So, in classic, buddy fashion, I literally, we took the bikes off the rack. I'm putting the helmet on, and they're just like, "You good? Let's go."
Yeah.
And I mean, full send. off the trail.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is either gonna end really badly. I'm fully committed at this point, so I just hang with them. End up at at the peak, or let's say mid trail, and I find a bench and I'm just like, hang on, guys, go save yourselves at
You
this point.
just lay down.
I'm just gonna lay down here. This looks like a really good spot. So, it took me some time. I'd say 15, 20 minutes to kind of fight back the nausea and the pain, the sweat, just all of it. Same thing. I didn't prepare myself the night before. I didn't really know what to expect because I haven't been on those specific trails. Let's say Waterloo. Was it Binkley?
Yeah.
I've never been
We
out
went
there.
out to Binkley the first time, and it was, I mean, my pride was getting a little bit ahead of me. Meaning,
Joe.
not that I wanted to stay up with these guys, but I didn't want them to get too far ahead
Run
of
off
me.
and leave you.
Because there was a guy behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Blake was behind me, and he was there to just help me out. He's like, "Hey, this is how you shift gears. Let me know when certain turns were coming, certain hills. Just try to coach me through it." And I didn't want him to go, "Damn, Joe's creeping along." So I was trying to push myself. And especially with those hills, I'm like, I'm not stopping. I'm going to go. Because I'd always heard stories of oh, yeah, I had to walk up this hill. And I'm like, what a pansy having to walk up this hill. I go, no, I'm walking up some of those hills.
Yes. Well, and I know,
and I'm not even going to feel ashamed about it anymore. Forget you guys. I'm just going to walk it.
and without
not that anybody's shaming
Not
me.
at
I'm
all.
shaming myself.
no, I know.
And that's pride getting in the way.
But without knowing the technicalities, right, that go into the design of the trails, and I'm speaking from a motocross background, so on the hills, you have to power through, and then you have to let the momentum carry you down, so you're not
into the next
fighting
hill.
everyone. So
Yeah.
you've got to keep the momentum up, and if you don't really understand how the design,
Bro, I was nervous going downhill.
I know, and
I was nervous
know.
letting it, not even just full sending, but letting my momentum carry me.
That fights you on the way up.
It
so
does.
You're gassing out a lot quicker. So, and we talked to Larry about this. So, in his mind, when he's just riding trails, it's no big deal. But during his race, he's worried about the guy behind him. You know what I mean? So he's just he's gassed at that point, and his arms went numb. He couldn't breathe. He couldn't drink. Out of his water bottle because he was so worried about getting passed up.
Bro, it was
So
rough.
it is. I mean, you don't be too hard on yourself, Joe.
No.
That was your first ride, dude.
Bro, the second time we rode,
Way better,
it
wasn't
wasn't
it?
cake, but it was a lot better.
Yeah, you know what to
I
expect.
paced
dude.
myself. I hydrated. I felt like I was just peeing every 5 minutes the day before.
Yes.
We rode in the evening, so I was able to eat that day and hydrate throughout the day as well.
Different time of day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we went to a different trail. We went to Waterloo, and I felt like the trail starts off so much easier.
It does.
Granted, I mean, it gets difficult once you get in there, but you get a nice warm up
Yeah.
before you start just hitting
Send
those
it.
hills.
Yeah.
And I went slow, and I think I went too slow
Mm.
because at one point I was going down this hill, and I was going kind of slow. And then there was a little bit of a sharper turn. It wasn't full 90 degrees, but fairly sharp turn.
Yeah.
And when I went to take this turn, I don't think I was going fast enough.
Did you wash out on the front end?
Well, the wheel just turned all sideways, and I hit my thigh, slammed into it, and then I didn't fall on my face.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask me how.
Yeah.
I just ran it off somehow.
What?
Came back and got back on the bike, and then had to adjust the handlebars because the handlebars got a little
It
wonky.
happens. Yeah, that's so common.
But bruise this big on my thigh.
Oh, are you still rocking the bruise?
Yeah, I mean it's
Oh,
healing.
man.
Obviously, it's been a week or so, but yeah, it ain't too bad. I mean, honestly, everybody was like, "Dude, you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's not too bad." I mean, the adrenaline's going, so I'm sure I'll feel it. And then honestly, I didn't feel hardly anything.
That's good.
My tailbone was a little sore, but I'll tell you this: I got more sore playing disc golf the next day.
Really?
Throwing, my shoulder, back here, was killing me, and I'm like, dude, I need to start stretching before I throw.
Yeah.
Something.
Man,
I
stretching.
feel like I'm getting old.
Man, I'm telling you. Yeah, I was gonna say the older I get, I mean, the more critical it is for me to stretch before I do anything. When you know you're getting old when you injure yourself getting out of the shower or literally sleeping.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh wait, that didn't hurt the day before.
dude.
I can't believe you were that sore after disc golf though.
Yeah, which is I hadn't played in a while. It's been maybe 6
that
to 8
makes
weeks
sense.
since I played last.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't do any exercise.
Yeah.
Which
just stretch.
these experiences have made me go, dude, you need to get off your ass.
Eh.
You're dying.
That's
a
not
little
a
bit
bad
faster than you should be dying.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
It really
That's-
kicked my ass into gear to go, dude, you need to get off your ass and start doing something.
Then
If
take
you want
that
to see
as
these kids to
Yes.
older ages, you need to do something. Not that I'm like
No, but it's a bit of a
bad.
wake up call.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like,
Not
hey,
that
man.
I'm that unhealthy, but I'm unhealthy.
Yeah, instead of, hey, ordering in, something to go, like pizza or something, let me just get out, do a little exercise, go on
Right.
a walk or something. Yeah.
So, real
I
quick,
get that.
I'm gonna. So this is the real beer that we're gonna drink.
All right,
my
cool.
home brew. This is from Zipline Brewing Company
Okay.
in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Very cool.
So I went and visited my brother over the 4th, and this is what I came home with.
Okay.
It's one of their hazy IPAs. It's
Oh,
from
it's a
their Black
hazy.
Label series, whatever that means.
Okay.
But I know how you're our resident hop daddy, so I figured I'd
Yes.
pick one up.
I'm glad you did. I'm super grateful for it. I was telling you earlier, it's been a little while since I've had a good hazy.
Yes.
So,
while we pour this, I haven't been doing anything crazy, but I have started, which I'm killing it today. We'll see how today goes, but I've been trying to do intermittent fasting.
oh, I love
Basically,
Good for you,
not
man.
eating before noon.
Yeah.
And what I should do, so I'll tell you this, and shout out to the lead singer for a band called Fit for a King.
Oh, yes.
He's
You
lost-
introduced me to them.
Within the last, like, three years, and he's kept it off, he's lost, like, 25, 30 pounds.
Yeah.
And he said, all I did was I intermittent fasted. For lunch, I had a protein shake.
Yep.
And at dinner, I just had, like, something semi-healthy for dinner.
I love it.
He goes, I'd work out every now and again, but nothing crazy, nothing more than I normally did.
Yeah.
And he said he would not eat before noon
Okay.
and then not eat after 8 p.m.
Yep.
And this has been one of the problems. Like after dinner or even with dinner, wanting to have a beer, depending on how things go after work,
Sure. I mean, it
trying
can
to get
be
the house clean.
Yeah, it can be a bit of
dinner
a
cooked
dessert.
with the kids.
Yeah,
like,
you want a good beer with a meal. It can be a bit
Yeah.
of a dessert for you. So or for anybody. For
yeah.
that
There's
matter.
been a couple of days where it's like, oh crap, I need to hurry up and eat because it's already 7:30.
Yeah.
and we're just now sitting down.
So you're being intentional about this.
I'm trying to.
How long have you been fasting? Intermittent fasting.
This is the first week,
Okay, good for you.
so we'll see how it goes.
Well, I can speak from a bit from experience as well. So I've been intermittent fasting for 7 years now.
oh dang,
And I've dropped 60 pounds. I mean, I dropped 60 pounds. Now that was intermittent fasting. That's hard to say.
yeah.
And portion control. So I look at, I try to look at portion as the
Dude,
size
that's the
of your
biggest
hand.
thing, portion control.
It is.
I am
We are so used to, just wanting more and more and more. Well, if you can get to the mindset, because it really is, it's a mindset and lifestyle. So don't eat before noon and don't eat after 8, and then just try to regulate by size. That way you don't have to carb count or calorie count as much, because when you portion, you're sticking around that your goal.
Right.
Of because you want to burn more than you take in. So if you're not taking in more than you essentially you're
Right.
burning on a daily basis. So good for you, man.
So
Let
what
me
I'm
know.
hearing is I need to go into the cupboard. I need to just throw away some of these larger bowls.
Yes.
No, I'm being
Yeah, no,
honest
that's-
because
that's
what
fair.
happens? I go, I like this bowl. Why?
Yeah,
It's the
because
right
I can.
size.
Why? Because I can pack
I can-
more in it.
Yes. And what do? I fill the bowl to
Of course.
to the brim.
I would too. Who wouldn't?
Like, so
but
I
I'm
think I
proud
need
of
to
you,
do
man.
something
Yeah.
like that because it's
Yeah, make it a habit.
I've
Well-
it's always been hard to diet, not because I don't like healthy foods,
Sure.
but just because it's like healthy food, like fresh food doesn't last very long in the fridge. So if I don't
You're
feel
right.
like cooking every day and like really am intentional about cooking, and then I have to purchase groceries maybe once a week versus once every other week
Yeah, that's a good
to make
point.
sure that food lasts, and it's a little bit more difficult for me. But again, all I'm doing is making excuses. I could do it if
Right.
I wanted to make it a
Absolutely.
priority.
Yeah. They're easy way. Eat easy, fast, quick picks that
Yes.
you prepackaged meals or whatever.
Just
Whatever the case may
I
be.
eat a lot of pasta, if I'm being honest.
I do too.
Because pasta's easy.
It's easy,
Ground
it's a
meat,
staple.
pasta, and a friggin' jar of sauce.
Yeah, and again,
It's so
I d-
easy to make.
I don't think the pasta is necessarily a bad thing. It's just the amount.
Oh,
Right.
it's a mixture, I'm sure.
It's how much you taking in.
But-
So,
so tell me what you think about
yeah.
Zipline.
Let's take a look.
I'll tell you this,
I
not
like
to
go
kind of hype
aroma.
it up too much.
Go for
but
it.
Zipline's my favorite brewery in all of Nebraska.
Are you in all of Nebraska? I like
Yeah.
it. I
All
like
of
it. It's not too broad, but at the same time, it's like, hey,
In that
okay,
entire
let's
state.
look.
If you're going to go to the state of Nebraska, pick up some Zipline.
I was gonna say perfect. Think about this: how many breweries are in the state? Number one, but I like that you're kind of keeping it local to Nebraska, but you're not pigeonholing
Right.
either. So let's take a look. All right, that's hazy. That's good. Brave New Brew. I'm liking it. The Black Label series.
It just says 50 plus, so say
Okay.
between 50 and 60
I like
breweries in the state.
They're coming. So they're coming in clutch. They're your favorite brewery in Nebraska.
These are my favorite for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Zipline Brewing.
I've got a Kolsch that I'll send you home with. That's from Zipline. That is so good.
Oh, that sounds great. Thanks,
so
dude.
Good.
So you know me, I rate. You know, there's so many different variables that go into rating for me, right? Do you like the brewery, the brews themselves?
I've never been to the actual brewery.
So you
itself.
haven't been? I didn't know if y'all went when you went to see your brother.
One of the things that's really cool about Nebraska that I wish that they had
haze.
here is they. So one of the big grocery stores there is called Hy-Vee.
Okay, grocery
similar
store.
to like an HEB.
Yeah, or I'm thinking of like Publix in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've got like literally it's like a liquor store that's built onto the grocery store. You like walk through new doors and you get to a liquor store.
That's unusual
They've
for
got
Texas. I mean,
the best beer selection.
really?
Like, yeah.
I was gonna say I meant to say
Like
you
the
don't
beer
see that
selection's
in
great.
Texas. Okay.
No, you don't because
Yeah.
of the liquor laws here.
Exactly.
You also don't see like one of the weird things that I saw like years ago. I don't notice it too much anymore, but maybe it's because I've just been there so many times. Is like near checkout, like at Walmart.
Yeah.
Like, you have like candy.
You
and
have
magazines,
you have these
vodka, tequila.
what? There's
You can-
it's the impulse section,
Yeah,
right? So
and-
you're like, oh hey, I need this.
But it's
Boom.
just the thing that you can buy liquor at Walmart.
That's wild to me.
You can't do that here.
All right, Nebraska.
Here in Texas.
Y'all are doing it right. Come on, guys.
like they're oddly enough they're pretty conservative, but not so conservative with their beer laws.
I like it. I like it.
Which I'm
Hey,
alright with.
Yeah, you pick and choose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cheers, buddy.
Cheers, brother.
It's a good brew. I love the haze, love the color, the aroma, the flavor is coming in.
Dude, the color's great.
Yeah, coming in good, really good. Yeah, it's really overall. I mean, it's got a great flavor.
The only thing that I would say knocks it down a little couple
Talk
points.
to me, Joe. What is it?
This thing's 8.5%.
Whoa! You didn't fill me in on the ABV.
Well, I didn't realize that until I just looked at your can and I was reading the hops.
Yeah. Wow. Honestly, yeah, that's.
I mean, it tasted like it's a little bit higher, but I wouldn't have guessed 8.
I wouldn't have guessed 8.
I was thinking like 6 to 7%, maybe 6.5.
Yeah.
But yeah, 8.5%. So
I was on average, I see a lot of 7. So I'm actually not mad at Zipline for coming in at 8. I'm not.
yeah, I mean it's
You have to be careful with it. You have to be very
Gotta
careful.
be careful with it.
especially with a flavor profile like this.
Yeah,
the
because
drinkability
it does
is so
hide
good.
a lot of it.
It
Not
does.
That I'm like complaining about that.
No,
but
no. It's in a good way. In a good way. The drinkability is so good that you could easily put away a few of these and not even realize.
Their Black Label
Yeah.
series, whatever that is. I want to know what that is.
I have no idea, but I really like it. So
Yeah.
while you're looking up that
Yeah,
one,
so this
I
says
still
notes of candied orange, tropical fruit, dark or dank hop aromas, and big juicy flavor.
was that not the same flavor profile that you were going for?
That's what I was
It
trying.
really-
Not that I meant to pull this one out to say this
No,
is
not
better
at
in
all.
rendition
But,
than
but
mine.
I can appreciate why, because it's a good beer.
Yeah.
I can appreciate why you were going for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's good.
It is. Okay, so let's see. I'm still trying to check into
Oh, you
our
gotta check
venue.
in mine.
So, okay. Can I check in on yours?
Yeah, did you
On-
not just hit check in on that on the app? Did you?
So let's see. Can I check in?
Oh, the
to the podcast?
location.
Yeah.
Hold on.
All right.
I have it set up as Dudes and Brews L Works.
Okay, perfect.
Let me see if we can find it.
Yeah, I want to check in. If I could catch a good photo, I would totally, include
See,
that.
sometimes you can find it, sometimes you can't. Yeah, it's not letting me find it right now.
Okay.
That's all right.
That's fine. It's still getting a good rating, like the best rating.
But this one right here, I give it a 4.25.
Okay, you going 4.25? No,
Yeah, I mean it's that good. I mean, like I said, I'd probably give it a 4.5 if it was like maybe 5 to 6%. But because it's a little bit higher, I'm like I can't.
So you're bringing down the
I can't
overall
smash these
rating.
back.
Yeah, I know, I know. And I was doing the I came in a little dirty on the last rating, so but it's not.
No. You're
No,
being
no, listen,
honest, and that's what I want. I want honesty.
Well, I was. So again with my ratings, I think of venue, I think of experience, I do consider beer, and this one, it's a great beer, and I was sandbagging a little bit on the last rating. So this one, yeah, I'm going. Honestly, dude, I'm feeling in the moment. I'm going 4.5.
4.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're
I'm
going
going
with the higher score there, my man.
Yes, sir. I'm going
The
4.5.
higher score there.
Okay, I like it.
So have you lived in Texas your
My
entire
whole
life?
Yes, sir.
You,
Born
you-
and raised.
Oh, you never even just for shits and giggles lived anywhere else?
Never lived in a different location. I've traveled a lot.
Yeah.
But I've never actually I've always had my mail,
Okay.
shipped in Texas.
Okay.
To me.
So I want to show you this video
All right.
and tell me, is this an accurate description of Texas?
Oh, come on, man.
Okay, so what they do is they split the state into different regions.
Okay.
That's what they do in this
All right,
particular
cool.
video.
I like it.
Why in God's name do people from Amarillo think they're from West Texas?
You know
okay,
what? Clip
you know
this
what?
out.
Clip-
Here we
hey,
go.
Hey,
Here's the accurate breakdown. All right, you have the Panhandle. You have West Texas. You have Far West Texas. You have South Texas. You have the Valley. You have East Texas. You have Houston, and then you have the Texas Triangle, which is Dallas, Fort Worth, San Antonio, and Austin. And then there's North Texas, which is everything from Denton upward.
Texas Triangle is like Central Texas.
How do people not get that?
It's real simple. Texas is shaped like this. If you're not here, you're not in West Texas.
Yes.
If you're in this area,
That's
you're
the
in the
Panhandle.
Panhandle.
Yeah,
And guess
that's
what is
so
You know
accurate.
why? Because it's shaped like a
And
panhandle.
guess what is near the tippy top of that?
Amarillo.
Amarillo.
Yeah, that's
So
super
I
accurate.
would agree with Amarillo not being in West Texas.
I would agree with that as well.
It's definitely not. I mean, I've traveled to West Texas way too many times, and
Yeah.
if you're in Lubbock, you're in West Texas.
Okay, where is Lubbock right now?
So this
'Cause I'm-
doesn't show Lubbock in this in particular
Isn't
map.
Lubbock just below Amarillo?
Oh no,
No.
no.
Okay, let me take a look. Let me get eyes on it real quick because I have driven through Lubbock before and I saw a tumbleweed the size of my car.
I'm sure you have.
blowing past me. Okay, see, it's okay.
Ooh,
It's
hold
right below
on.
Amarillo.
Hold on. Is Lubbock not in West Texas?
No, I think we have a great debate here.
Hold on here. That's what this is. Hold on.
But is it considered the Panhandle? Amarillo definitely is.
Yeah, let me zoom out of this, Bachelor.
All right,
real
let me
quick.
see. Yeah, zoom out real quick because I'm trying to get eyes on this right now.
Because
I would
I've
agree.
always considered Lubbock to be West Texas
Ooh.
because I always travel west.
Yeah, and if you're going out on 82, you hit Lubbock and then go south.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
There's a couple of things,
'Cause
but
you
like,
because you're right above Midland. You're in between Amarillo and Midland. I need to know if Lubbock is considered West Texas or the Panhandle.
let me see. This is New Mexico. You have to go down Big Spring.
So
Midland is south.
I worked in every one of those cities: Abilene, Sweetwater, Big
See,
Spring,
Midland
Midland,
I would
Odessa,
call
Monahans,
West Texas.
Pecos. Yes.
Midland,
100%.
Odessa. That's definitely West Texas.
Yeah.
It's making me think that Lubbock's in the Panhandle.
I agree.
Based on their
I
thing,
agree.
let's see. They
Based
put-
on their map.
They cut it
Look-
off at Andrews.
Andrews is north of Midland.
Oh, have you been?
Yeah,
Or
I had a
you- or
buddy
you
that
seen
stayed
it?
out there for a while, working in the oil field. And right above Odessa. Sorry.
Oh, right here.
Mhm.
Oh, dang.
So Lubbock is the Panhandle.
in the Panhandle. What the heck? I don't know why
Yeah.
I'm high-fiving you right now.
Well, because I feel like I got that one down.
I've always thought Lubbock was West Texas.
Nope, it's Panhandle, brother.
I've got family in Lubbock. I
Yeah.
got family in the Panhandle.
And that's so I like their breakdown though. The my only
The only go ahead.
my only
Sorry, sorry.
confusion is the valley, bro. Like I've never had a carve out of when, like, let's say the old timers say, hey, we're headed to the valley for the weekend.
Okay,
where
you
in
just
Texas
consider
is
it
the
all,
valley?
all of South
Texas.
Yeah.
All South Texas.
See, I've always considered we live in North Texas.
We do that. I can
And
agree
when
with.
people say, hey, where are you from? I'm about an hour north of Dallas. We're North Texas.
Yes,
Which I would include Dallas in the North Texas.
I thought North.
They
Yeah,
don't.
Dallas would include North Texas.
They don't. They say anything north of Denton.
So they include Dallas with the triangle: Dallas, San Antonio, and
Or,
Houston.
Yeah, which
Right.
includes Austin.
In Austin, yes.
I mean, it
Yes.
includes Austin because of how close Austin and San
Yes.
Antonio are. I go,
That-
I'm not mad at that, but I've always included
I'm not mad at it either.
Dallas, Fort Worth is part of North Texas.
I have too.
You're an
you just-
hour
you
from
just
the border?
assume, yeah. Yes. You're an hour
Like,
from
I guess they're
the
about
state
an hour
of
and a half
Oklahoma.
from the border, but still.
Yeah. I like their breakdown.
Hey, I'm not upset with it.
No.
I am okay. I am 100% Amarillo's not West Texas.
I would agree, and I've never considered El Paso to be far west. It just rolls into West Texas.
It's just all west.
It's all West
It's like
Texas.
south and west. That's what
yeah,
it is.
and then the valley and south.
Yeah, right.
I guess old timers. That's more of an old timer thing.
Maybe
The
I've
valley.
never like The Valley, I've never even heard of it.
Yeah,
because
I hear
these cats are young.
They are, and they probably had some good like sage wisdom on this breakdown. They probably did.
Hey,
they probably recruited some old timers.
I am okay with this breakdown.
I'm cool with it.
I'm a little frustrated that I guess I don't have family from West Texas.
You've
I got
been
family in the
considering
Panhandle.
Lubbock from West Texas for your whole life.
I have.
I
no
got family
joke.
in West Texas.
You have
no, bro. They're in the Panhandle.
Dude, you don't. And I've had nobody dispute it.
Yes.
You're the first person to say, Joe, I think that you're wrong here.
Hey.
No joke. Every time it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to West Texas. Oh, cool.
Cool.
That's awesome. Where at? Because I got family in Lubbock.
Well, without a glimpse of the map and kind of this breakdown, people don't know. I just know I almost got ran off the road by a tumbleweed up there. It was ridiculous.
Dude, there's nothing but farmland up there.
No, you're right.
Like my dad is from that area.
Oh, okay.
Like and he, I mean, he's old. He was born in 48. So he said, no joke, one of his first jobs was picking cotton. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yes,
Lubbock is huge for picking
dude,
cotton.
the cotton over there is
massive.
Massive cotton fields.
Yeah. So
no wonder why you saw it's cotton fields and tumbleweeds.
That's it. I mean, like I said, there's nothing to stop the tumbleweed. You got some barbed wire and some T-posts. That's it.
Nah.
So let me ask you this, though. Because in my travels, working out in the oil field, traveling all over the United States.
Traveling to actual West Texas.
Yes, actual West Texas, right. Well, I can't help but think of these are certain places that, and correct me if I'm wrong, that people go and stay and die essentially. So let's say if you're born in Lubbock, you stay there, you raise a family, and then you're buried there, right? Not very many people that are from that area, and I'm not picking on Lubbock. I could say Midland, Odessa, anywhere in West Texas, that they don't necessarily travel outside of the town lines. I don't know.
So there's a couple of things here. So first thing I'll tell you, it is so affordable in that area. I had family that lived an hour, 45 minutes outside of Lubbock in a little town called Earth.
I've heard of
Earth
it, yeah.
and Post, like those are two of them.
Okay.
Oddly enough, I just watched the movie Hell or High Water.
I love that
movie. They go
movie.
and rob a bank in Post.
Yes.
I've got a brother that lives in Post.
Really?
Yeah.
That's such a good movie.
The Post Antelope or Antelopes, yeah.
Yes.
Antelopes.
That's them. And
Call 'em the
come on,
Lopes.
West Texas football.
Yeah.
Come on.
But what I'm getting at is that like it's so cheap. Like my grandmother passed away maybe like 2018, maybe 2017. Mm-hmm. She had a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Mm-hmm. A nice size house. She had a storm cellar in the back. Decent backyard. They sold that house for $40,000.
Get out of here. Are you serious?
No joke, because that's all they could get for it.
Well, I don't think that...
So it is so cheap over there, so I can see why people stay. That's number one.
Okay, all right.
Number two is, I think everybody stays if you're not in a major city. If you're not in a major metropolitan area, if you're in a rural area, you just stay where you are because you're comfortable with it.
It's a good point. It really is.
I don't think it has anything to do with West Texas specifically.
No,
I think
I'm not picking on West Texas.
Throughout the entire country.
Yes.
The average person doesn't leave home.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I'm not picking on one part of the country or another because I've traveled to so many small towns, and I've heard
the oil fields are, my man.
Yes, it is, and I've heard the saying go like flyover towns, right? Yeah. Well, these are drive-through towns. You're there, you're looking around, and you're out. And it just, for me, it's always kind of like almost amazed me at the simple life that these folks live.
For sure.
In between my destinations. Dallas to Odessa or whatever.
Well, the thing is, you live out in the country now.
I do. I live in the country. So
and do you not have kind of a simple life outside of going to work?
I do, but can I be honest with you? I do, but I always feel like I'm headed I'm headed somewhere.
Okay.
I'm not just necessarily staying. But I'm also not just laying my head down at night. And
I mean, I get what you're saying because I grew up in the country too, but I was only 30 minutes away from a major city.
That's where I'm coming from.
Some of these guys, like I said, in Earth, you're about an hour outside of Lubbock.
Hours away.
That's an hour.
Yeah.
It's a lot different than driving 30 minutes.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. It's just something I can't help but think about. Texas is such a big place.
It's so big.
It's so big. And I'm thinking to myself, some areas are so remote. You may not see your neighbor for weeks, dude.
Dude, I felt that way when I went to Aspen. the first time.
Yeah.
We drove through some of these tiny little mountain towns.
Yeah.
That no joke.
Yeah, same thing.
It's when I say there's just a gas station, like it's not what it is here in North Texas, where you get these small towns that have a gas station.
Yeah.
I'm saying gas station.
Nothing.
And you have 4 hours
Yeah.
before you can even think about this town maybe having gas.
That takes a certain type of person to be able to live out there.
You really
like
got to
that.
think about it.
You see what I'm saying?
Town.
You do, and so yeah. I don't know. It just I've always thought about that. Like, it just seems, I don't know. It seems like such a peaceful life, but at the same time, it's like, in a sense, don't you feel like there's more out there to
Right.
experience, to life to
Right.
live? You know. So I don't know.
Now, most of
Something
the
like that.
travel that you've done, it's been driving, right?
It's
normally
it's all
drive.
been driving. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've flown up to the Northeast
So
a
the
few
question
times,
is
but-
this: do you think drivers are more distracted now, or were they more distracted when we were kids? Now, before you answer this question, watch this video,
All right, cool. Let's do it.
because this will give you a little bit of a sense of why people would have been distracted as kids.
Okay. So I'm digging it. It's kind of, yes. 90s music. He's flipping through his CD deck.
No, it's a book.
It's a CD book. I had a few of those.
MapQuest.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Oh man.
today we're distracted by cell phones.
One thing. This guy is distracted by 5 things.
If you don't have a co-pilot.
If you don't have a co-pilot.
Now you have a co-pilot.
Yes.
You're doing maps. You're
Yeah.
doing MapQuest. I'm telling you what to change on the radio, but you're the one changing it.
Oh, that's such
But if
a,
you're by yourself,
I know.
are you more distracted then or now?
that's a tough one because
Because initially you want to go now.
You do, and I think it's a deeper distraction, because I think with your phone you feel connection with this outside world that you can tap into to see what other people are doing. Here you're focused on oneself. You're trying to get the CD in the deck to find your jam. You're trying to map out your destination, so you're focused on you, right? You're focused on making sure that you get to where you need to go with the right shirt, the right snack, and the right song. All right.
Hey.
With this, I think.
Boys to Men and Motown Philly.
Hey, that's
my
fire,
boy,
bro.
Motown Philly's back again.
Yes. Look at him, dude. He's
Hitting 'em
chilling
with
right
that
now.
East
I mean, he's
Coast
panicked. He's driving
swing.
with his knee right now.
Well,
He's
yeah.
steering with his knee.
So
But I don't know. For different reasons, I still think we're more distracted now
really,
than we were back then.
I
I don't know, man. It's a
will
tough
say
one.
that it is. You might be right as far as being distracted, like
By
mentally.
other things, right?
Mentally distracted.
Yeah.
Back then, there was a lot more physical things to do with your hands.
There-
and,
yeah,
like,
and you
I'm
know-
having to put a CD out,
Yes.
put another CD in,
And I'm okay with finding something to do with my hands. I'm always talking
But-
about, what do I do with my hands?
not while you're driving. 10 and 2, my guy. 10 and 2.
Yes, I get that.
Or 12.
Oh, 12's fine.
Everybody drives 12.
And
Come
sometimes
on,
I'll just throw both of them up on
Yeah.
12, you know?
2 12s at the same time.
Dude, give me 24s, bro.
Rolling on 24.
Yes, dude. Come on. Yeah, it's a good question, though.
But one of the things that I always did, and this makes me back to being a kid. I go, did I have a book?
of course
Hell
we did.
yeah, I had a
yeah,
book.
we did. I had a book
But
full of CDs.
I didn't pull out that book unless I had a passenger with me. Otherwise, right here on the visor, my dog.
Oh, I remember the visor holders, dude.
Hell yeah, right here
That
on the
was
visor,
the
my
quick
dog.
go-to. I'm not flipping
He
through
goes,
the...
hey man, I got my top 10 right here, my
Yeah.
dog.
Yes.
Whoop.
100%,
Boom.
dude. I'm not flipping it while I'm steering.
Nah.
Ain't happening. I got my
no,
top
but
10
you got
right
those
here.
in there for the homies in case they want to look for something else.
Yes.
You know
With
what
that
I'm saying?
Chronic 2001
Yes,
in.
see, you
Yes.
know.
Yes.
You already know.
Oh man.
Because Dre's back.
Dre's back.
Back with the Chronic.
Yes. That's such a good topic, dude.
But no, and then like MapQuest.
I hate it. I hated it with a passion.
I honestly would just get lost
I would too.
unless I had a passenger with me.
I would too. I'm like, I'm at home. I'm printing off MapQuest and I'm looking at the directions and I'm like, how
Oh,
am I
that's
supposed
funny. You print off at home. I print them off at school because I didn't have internet at the house.
No, I mean 100%. I think that was probably more my
I go
direction.
to the library and be like, hey, let me see if MapQuest
Yeah.
isn't blocked today.
because you want to go see this concert or
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
no, it was a disaster. It was a train wreck. I don't know how any of us got anywhere we needed to go.
Now, you may have used it a lot more than I did.
I didn't use it much. I really didn't
really?
use it. I didn't like MapQuest.
I mean, I used it like a handful of times, but then, like, I mean, by the time I was right out of high school, like college years, is when I had the.
You had TomTom.
Well, no, not even that. I had
you had the Magellan.
Smartphone.
Oh, yeah, okay. You had smartphones.
I didn't. Man, $150 on a Magellan.
That's
dog.
As soon as like MapQuest hit the game, like that's when like Magellan and TomToms and your digital, your GPS started coming out.
I felt like a chump because I would go to the library and print out MapQuest.
Yeah.
And then I'd go hang out with my brother, and he'd have a Garmin.
The Garmin, yes.
And it'd be right there with all the maps, and I'm like, man, you're a baller,
You're
dog.
a baller, bro. If you had that.
I'm a chump over here printing out these
Hold
maps.
On. Well,
yeah.
Page 2 says, take a right, bro.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand MapQuest.
Hey, but I will say MapQuest was better than getting directions from, like, your uncle.
Yes. Or, I talked to a lot of people about this. Oh, directions from your uncle?
Well, I mean, so Dane Cook has a really good bit about this when he's like, you get directions from somebody and they're like, hey, turn left at the pink house.
Okay.
And it's like, pink house? It's fucking maroon.
Are you like this? Okay, take a left at the red house. That's fucking maroon, you idiot. Why is it the street you're looking for always has a tree from the Mesozoic era growing around the sign? You're looking for like Mount Vernon and all you see is like the N and you drive by going, that was probably it. You think that was it? That was probably it.
I hope this is the house they're talking about.
Yeah.
And it goes, if you get to the railroad tracks, then you've gone too far.
There's always the point in the directions that they always write in parentheses. If you hit the train tracks, you've gone too far. And right when you read that, fuck.
Well, fuck, I've gone too far.
Yeah.
It's shit like that you used to get from like
100%.
like your buddy's mom or something.
Dude, that's oil field directions right there, dude. Go till you see the squirrel in the tree down here on the right. Hang a right. Go to the end of the lease road till you see that cow up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's oil field directions, but that's
because you would go out in the middle of friggin' nowhere.
You would. I mean, it is. Yeah, you're going out in places that there's like roads haven't even been established yet. You know what I mean? Oh gosh.
That's funny because I was talking to my dad about this. He used to do service calls.
Okay.
For tires. Like he was a tire tech, and he'd do service calls, and a lot of them would be because of where we live in North Texas. There's a lot of farms. And he would go out, and some farmer would be like, "Oh yeah, I know Farmer Johnson. Let's go out here." Well, you're not here. Give me directions because you're not in the field that you sent me to.
Yeah.
Because they would literally send him out in the middle of a field. Because I mean, if a tractor's got a flat and can't drive, it's in the middle of a field.
Yeah.
Like
you're not going to see him
in the middle of a field.
You're not going to see him out off the road, off the beaten path. You know
so some
of
the directions that they used to get, and he didn't. He'd call back to the shop.
Yep.
Hey, I'm out here. I don't see him.
Yep. Oh, could you imagine the struggles? But
kids these days don't understand.
They don't understand the struggles. But in a sense, it was a simpler time.
100%.
It was a simpler time. Was it not?
100%. And so there's a thing that I listened to just the other day. I listened to a podcast, and they were doing they were giving shout outs to things that they enjoyed throughout the week.
Sure, yeah.
And one of the things that the guy was like, I give a shout out just to rolling the windows down, music
hanging
up,
a pipe out,
and just chilling. Just riding.
No worries.
I used to just do that when I was a kid.
I did too.
Didn't worry about the phone. Me and like a buddy or me and a girl just riding, windows down, music up, and just
not a care
chilling.
in the world. Yeah, I agree.
And now we're like so inundated with stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have the attention span to like throw it down and just slow things down and like make it simple and just enjoy the ride?
Man,
I don't know how many times, even
know.
as a kid, even before that, just with my parents.
Yeah.
Hey, want to go for a ride? Cool.
Yeah,
that's what we're
let's
doing
go.
because we're bored.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go drive around.
I agree. Those are some of the best memories
and just
I had.
chill.
Yep. Now I think it's almost like we're being trained to just have our attention spans just diminished.
Yeah.
Because we're always worried about the next or I don't know. You just described some of my best memories growing up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was just talking to somebody about I want to find a physical map. And I'm just going to say the state of Texas.
Yeah.
I just want to find a physical map, and I want to be able to read, navigate. I want to be able to have a physical map. Because, I don't know.
It's a lost, I'm going to call it an art.
It's a lost art. I agree. And I've got people. I was talking to a buddy of mine, a builder, and he was like, I taught my daughter how to read this physical map, and it would just take her from college back home.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all you need. So I don't know. I want to get back to the lost.
No, man, it's
certain
funny.
lost
Like
arts.
my brother-in-law, like no joke, he reads maps like quick.
How do you do that?
Because when he was a kid, him and his stepdad would go to different farms and sheep shear.
Oh,
and he
okay.
was the guy that was in charge of the map while his stepdad drove.
Makes sense.
So
yeah.
he had to learn how to read maps. And no joke.
Like, hey,
they
Dad, go this way.
Hey, we're going here. He'll pull up maps and he'll go, no, I don't want to see the directions. He'll go, okay, this highway to this highway to this highway to this highway. Well, all right, cool. Yeah. All right, let's go.
And that's
Boom. That's it.
No
and he goes
way.
Right there, no problem.
I don't know how.
No questions.
And see, that's the bad part about it. You're becoming so. I don't want to become so dependent, and that's why I want to get a physical map, because I'm so used to. And you know this about me, Joe.
Yep.
I cannot go anywhere without having GPS, essentially, that I'm not familiar with.
So this leads me into another question.
All right, what you got, brother?
Because this is a very valid topic. If the grid were to go down,
okay,
we wouldn't have the internet, which means we wouldn't have GPS.
100%.
I know how to go home. I'm sure you know how to get from work and back home.
Yeah.
Like going and doing extracurricular activities around town, I'd be able to do, but like some stuff I just don't have maps for.
I know.
So that's one thing that would be difficult.
I've
but
thought
the
about
question
that.
is this: if the grid goes down, how long do you think you would last?
Wow.
Like literally survive?
That is a great question. I love the question. I actually love the question.
Because you're not only just giving away what I'm going to call you're not just giving away comforts. You're giving away other stuff like refrigeration.
Mm-hmm. I know.
That's the biggest one.
I mean, I don't want to tell all my secrets, but I think I would.
The question is how long do you think that you would last?
Yeah, how
I know
long?
You want to keep the secrets close to the chest.
Yeah,
that's okay.
I want to keep things close to the chest, but now I think comforts would be extremely difficult to let go of. But surviving, how long would you be able to last? I don't know the answer to that.
Now, I'm saying this now, and this may just be me talking out of my ass, but I go, at one point I didn't have a lot of comforts.
True. Yes.
So guess what I did back then?
You
I look
improvised.
back at my life and I go, oh, my life was pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
It wasn't that bad.
I could live without a lot of the comforts
you think
that we have.
Yeah. Do I want to? Well, definitely not, but I definitely would.
Yeah.
Like, I remember sitting in the living room and it being hot with fans on because it's just summertime and it's hot no matter what. Mm-hmm. 100%.
I love that. And I'm going to reverse the question back at you.
Yeah.
So what are some things that you were taught or self-taught how to survive as a kid that you could draw from to help you survive in a situation like that?
If I'm being honest, not a tremendous amount.
Okay.
The majority of the stuff that I learned was...
Without air, without,
I mean, we had AC, but I just remember it being hot.
Or being hot, yeah.
Just like
so
literally
that's something you
being
can put in your quiver.
It's summertime and it's nighttime and you're just sleeping in your drawers and nothing else with no sheets on because you're
super
just
uncomfortable
trying to deal with it.
Yeah.
And you're sharing a bed with your brother or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Granted, we didn't have to share beds very often. We usually, if we did have to share a room, I usually had a bunk bed. Which is even worse because I'm at the top and that's where all the heat
that's
rises.
Where the heat rises, bro. Hey, quit farting down there, brother. Heat rises.
So we didn't have to share a bed very, very often. But
okay.
Like it's just those little things. And I go, did I learn a lot about surviving per se? Not really.
Well,
like if it wasn't for Cub Scouts,
subconsciously,
if it wasn't for
there are some things
for Boy Scouts, I wouldn't have learned shit.
Okay.
I love my dad, but
yep.
He can teach me everything to survive in today's world.
Sure. Yeah.
Like if the grid goes down, I'm keeping him alive. He does not know how to hunt or fish. He said he used to fish with his dad as a kid because that's what his dad liked to do. He hated it with a passion.
Really?
But he respected his dad, so he went and did what his dad told him to.
Yeah.
Does that mean that he'd be able to do it? I mean, he's never, in my 32 years of life, he's never fished.
Wow.
So
okay.
I don't know that he remembers how to do it.
Sure.
Those things... And, like, I don't know that I'd be able to grow vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Could tie you a good knot.
Yeah. Yeah. That's important.
I know, like, simple first aid.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
I'm with you on that.
Like, surviving, I go, would I go out there and figure out how to hunt? Yeah, I know the logical, like, steps to getting an animal, and I would figure it out.
And that's what I was going to say. I think we have... a learned set of skills or an acquired set of skills that we've learned throughout our lifetime. Basic fishing, hunting, like you said, how to survive. It's hard to put, a time, how long. It's hard to put a timeline on that. But I think we've got a certain set of skills that we grew up with that would certainly help us out.
I hate to say this, but I'm probably about 6 months.
You think 6 months?
6 months, and we're getting down to like rough territory.
Okay.
Because the first thing you got to do is you got to have community.
Mm-hmm.
So you bring in your boys.
Yep.
You go, hey, we're gonna do this together.
Yeah.
So if I go get this deer, we're gonna feast as a family.
Sure.
Because I can't eat this all by myself before it goes bad.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do this together. Yeah, that's the first place I would start.
No, that's good.
But then that's
good.
assuming I'm gonna get an animal.
Right.
But
right.
you also go, hey, we're all gonna go try to get this animal, so we have more chances.
Yeah.
Fire, I feel like it'd be no problem to figure out how to start a fire.
Yep, I've done it.
We'd have enough lighters around, or even just rubbing 2 sticks together. We'd figure it out. It's not fun, but we would have the tenacity to figure it out.
Absolutely.
Fresh water wouldn't be that difficult. We live right next to a lake.
Mm-hmm.
Just go get lake water and boil it if we have to.
Yeah.
So little things like that, I don't think would be that difficult. But it's like, how long would that last?
I know.
Would we be able to go out here every single day and hunt and find food?
You'd have to, brother.
I mean, eventually you'd find it, but like, could you do this over and over and over again, and would it stay consistent, or would you be hunting out the species? Because in the state of, throughout the entire country, there are laws put into place for hunters, meaning that like they have like caps basically.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And the reason why they have limits, like you have a limit of 2 bucks and a doe, or whatever it is, it's to help conserve the population. So we don't go out there and just kill them all.
Makes sense.
Now, granted, in Texas we have like an overabundance of like pigs,
hogs. Yep.
So we would be eating pork till our till it came out of our nose.
Yeah.
But other animals, I think, would become scarce.
That's a good point.
Probably quicker than we really think.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, because I live so close to a wildlife refuge, and I see wildlife all the time. That's not really something I've even really considered.
Because I mean,
but if everybody
9
was
months
forced,
out of the year, you can't hunt it.
Yeah, that's true.
That allows them time to populate and try to regrow, and then, like I said, you can only. And even in Texas, I know like you can only hunt mature deer.
Yeah.
So like you have to have a certain width of the antlers.
Okay.
But if it's too small, then you can't hunt it because, that's not a mature deer. We only want to hunt the mature deer that are old and like dying out. We'd rather you kill them with a shotgun or an arrow versus them dying in the wild.
That makes sense.
Them fighting each other and getting a horn in the chest and bleeding out.
Yeah. See, there's some things I didn't consider. But if everybody was forced to have to, fend for themselves
everybody would be hunting.
Exactly. So that maybe that population of animal wouldn't last. I don't know. How long would that?
I have a feeling that hogs would always be around because I've heard they can have 3 gestation periods in 1 year. 3 litters in a year, and like 10 a litter.
Okay.
So
makes sense.
30 hogs a year.
And I've always heard that the hog population is just so thick.
It's
so
dumb. I'm surprised you don't have it in your in your backyard.
I know. We've had hogs out rutting at the neighbor's yard, and they trap and and things like that.
I mean, you kind of have to. They destroy everything.
That's what I've heard. I've heard they just
like,
destroy
no
everything.
joke, just across the highway there's a public hunting land.
Yes, Brushy Creek.
Dude, they're all over the place over there.
Yeah. I know.
I got ran up on.
I want to go back down there.
Not that they were like being aggressive. I was putting up a deer stand and I got walked up on. There was like 5 of them that walked up on me, and I was in the stand. I wasn't in any danger. Unfortunately, my bow was on the ground because I was trying to put the stand up.
Yeah.
But I just kind of chilled out until they left. But I'm like, they're all over the place over there.
Were they aware that you were there?
It definitely didn't. It didn't seem that.
Okay.
Because they didn't like get like super close to the tree, maybe 10 or 15 feet away from the tree.
Yeah.
But I know people had put out traps out there.
Really?
Yeah, on public land.
Yeah.
Put out traps to like trap them.
Okay. I know the area you're talking about. It's beautiful down there.
Yeah.
It's so pretty down there.
I mean, it's great even just to go out there and explore stuff, which is funny because I used to do that as a kid all the time.
And so that is considered public land down there?
Off of Arkansas Road.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know exactly
Yeah,
what you're talking about.
there's public land out there.
Okay, cool.
Down and that may be what the creek's called is Brushy Creek. I'm not familiar. There's like it's not a silo. There's like something down there down this muddy road.
Yeah.
It's not a silo, but like a big something or other. And like right there, there's a creek, and like that creek. I've only been out there a couple of times.
Yeah, I know exactly where. It's so cool down there.
There's a lot of tracks for deer. I mean, they have water source.
Yeah, they do. And we butt up to the lake. I mean, right there. So
Right.
Well, it's a great question, and I think it's something that it's always healthy to consider. Hey, look, if I ever had to, could I?
Right.
So,
speaking of pigs,
yeah.
If you had to like call in a pig, do you think that you'd be pretty good at it?
I've never tried it.
Really?
I have no idea even how. Like, what do you call it? Squeal?
Here we go.
I think
You
of
ready?
like Deliverance. When
I'm
going to
go ahead and show you this. There's a pig calling competition.
Okay.
Hey,
Look at this old boy.
So here you
is
go.
Is this a?
Freddy.
Now, I think they're calling in pets, but still.
Whoa. She's extremely talented.
Come on, pig. Piggy.
He didn't even want to take his sunglasses off for the. Wow. I didn't even know. Yeah, I've heard that before. I didn't know it was a pig call though.
I thought it was like something that, and maybe that's what they do for like, maybe that's the Razorbacks call for like Arkansas Razorbacks.
That's what I'm wondering. Well, I'm seeing like a cheese head, or is that a corn head? Is this
it's
Wisconsin?
It's a corn.
Is it corn?
I'm not sure where this is from.
Okay.
It doesn't say.
My goodness, I could probably put something together, not near as the scale of these guys.
Well, so the thing is that like when I call in a dog, I usually have a certain whistle.
Okay.
Okay, and
Yep.
I have a different whistle for when I call in a horse. When I used to have horses, we used to call them in like we had just about 5 acres.
Okay.
So not anything big.
Yeah.
Not anything or massive, I should say. Mm-hmm. And they'd be on the other side of the acres because basically we had 2.5. Our neighbor had 2.5, and he would just open up his fence to let us
Very cool. To graze.
use his
Yeah.
because he didn't use it for anything.
Okay.
And they'd be all on the other side of the pasture, on the other side of the house, couldn't see us. We'd pull out this whistle. You'd pull out this whistle, and you see them just hauling ass.
Really?
Oh,
to get to you?
Mom's calling us.
Yeah.
When
Was
my
that
mom
not
would
the
do it.
coolest experience
Oh, it was great.
ever? Yeah.
So there is a certain call that, like, I'm sure this sounds like I said, for like
for a
domestic
pig.
pigs.
Yeah.
I'm sure they would get used to something.
I see that. Yeah.
You just see them all coming running.
Shoo-wee.
Yeah.
Come on, pig. That's awesome.
Now, do you think this would work for wild hogs?
That's a good question. I think it would. I really do. They're very talented at it. They're very good at it.
I can't tell if they're good or not. I don't know what's good.
I would think so. I don't. It's. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed by it. Oh man.
Yeah, it's fun. If this looks like it's like some sort of a state fair or something. Or
Yeah,
like
it
like
does.
a county fair.
Yes.
This looks like something that they do in Bonham at like Fannin County Fair.
I mean, you would call out Bonham in Fannin County.
well, that's the first county fair that I know of,
yes.
and they're out in the country.
It's fun. Yeah.
I used to go out there all the time.
Yeah. So you've been.
Dude, I grew up in Trenton. Like,
That's true.
In Fannin County.
That's true. Yeah.
We used to go do stuff at the Fannin County Fair all the time.
We're out there all the time. Like, we're out there once a year when they have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, man.
Oh yeah, because your kids are in Fannin County.
Yep, they show out there.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
They do.
See, I never did showing. That's something that I thought
Okay.
was like a little bit too redneck for me. I don't mind
Was it
riding a
like-
horse.
Yeah. No,
Well, also
we
my family didn't have like cows. Or
right,
pigs or
and
anything
that's
like
what
that, or
Gavin
sheep.
shows. Like he's showing his red Brangus, and
That a heifer.
yeah, that's a heifer. Yep,
a cow?
That's a
Come
cow
on,
right
okay.
there. Yep, showing his little calf.
Dude, keep him in it
He's gonna stay in it
because
he's gone national. Did you know that?
I have seen as kids sell cows.
Yeah,
Pay for college.
yeah. He's staying in it.
I'm not even joking. When I say $200,000 for this cow,
Yeah.
I'm not joking whenever I say
I
that.
believe it. I mean, I'm not seeing what they're pulling in, but I've seen the shows, and like I said, he's
he's
gone
winning
national with
awards,
it. Yeah, he's winning
If he's
stuff.
winning awards, that means he's got some good cows out there.
Yeah, and his, props to his Gramps. He really, I mean, I went out there a few months ago, and we got his fresh freeze brand. So we got,
nice.
he's what is it, Rockin' S?
Okay.
Is his brand? It's really cool, man. It's I'm really proud of that kid.
Yeah,
I'm really proud of all the kids. Really.
Yeah, that's something I never dipped my toes into.
I never had the opportunity. Yeah, never really had. But it's so amazing to see the opportunities that these kids
cool.
have.
So he's doing it through a FFA at school?
I believe so. And I know his yes, I believe he's doing it through the FFA, and his grandpa, right, has totally set up. I mean, he's got the heifers. They're raising the heifers.
Yeah.
Raising the cows. And getting him to his national shows. It's really amazing. Really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is super cool.
So going, and the Fannin County Fair is one
The only thing I did
stop.
was like super lame.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do it though.
No, I didn't even do that. I did the Napoleon Dynamite method.
All right, let me.
In Napoleon Dynamite, there's a little part where he like drinks a little cup of milk and he goes, "It tastes like this cow got into an onion pad."
This tastes like the cow got into an onion patch.
Correct.
Yes.
That's what I did. I drank little cups of milk.
Okay.
And I used to tell, is this onion? Is it bitter? Is it rancid? Like, is it whatever it is?
I got to be honest with you. I've had milk out of a fresh cow one time, and it was when I was up in Utah, and it was straight off the farm. Legit, hands down, the best milk I've ever had.
So
uncured, just straight from the farm.
We went to Arkansas a couple of years ago.
Okay.
My brother likes to set up stuff. He sets up all the events.
Okay.
He's the event planner.
All right.
And one of them was to drive to a farm and do the exact same thing. We had all the kids out there milking cows. We got to milk some cows.
Yeah.
We got to drink
cool.
the milk. We got to what else did they do out there? They had fresh blueberry bushes, which was really cool.
Oh, that's cool, man.
We got to take home milk with us.
Yeah.
I will say, trying the milk there, because basically what they were is it wasn't a dairy farm, meaning it wasn't like mass produced.
Well, that's what I was gonna tell you.
They had like 3 or 4 dairy cows, and like in this small town, people would come and
bringing them,
just buy fresh milk.
Oh, okay.
Buy fresh milk, get fresh eggs,
yeah.
No joke, to a point, and this was just in 2021. No joke, where people would just go in, leave money, grab milk out of the fridge, and go home.
That's what I was going to tell you. There's a couple of dairy farms around here. They have a little store inside the dairy farm. You legit grab your product, leave the money. Oh
yeah,
leave the money back.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That's
there.
It. You go in, you get to pet some of the little calves, little babies out there.
Yeah.
You want some cheese? You want some, milk, fresh milk, whatever they're selling. You literally leave the money. You grab the product and leave the money. Pastries, yeah.
Pastries, like little doilies and stuff that they hand make.
It's so
a fridge
cool.
full of milk. And
there's one in Gainesville, and legit sometimes on our lunch breaks, some of the girls at the office would be like, "Hey, I want to go to the dairy farm."
Oh,
I'm like, "Cool,
really?
let's go." Yeah, so we'd go out to the dairy farm, and they'd want to pet the little cows out there, and if somebody wanted some milk or little pastries, they just leave the money.
Yeah,
it was so cool.
All in the honor system.
It is honor system out there.
And the thing is that they were telling us is like we get the same regular people out here all the time.
It is. It's the same.
It's like
people.
the same people that come every week and buy the stuff.
It's such a neat deal. So y'all got to do that. Y'all experienced it first, like on hand, first.
Like
person.
no joke, we got to like milk the cows.
Wow. How did your brother come up with that?
I don't know how the hell he found it. Like, don't get me to lying. I have no idea how he found it.
And your brother and
me,
the kids?
My brother from Nebraska.
Yeah.
So Justin.
Yeah, you, Justin, the kids.
Yeah, we went out there and it was awesome. Honestly, let's see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah,
I don't think I deleted it.
It's a cool experience. A really neat experience.
Yeah, it was. Honestly, it was. I didn't expect the kids to enjoy it,
but they did.
Yeah, they ended up enjoying it. All right, so this is the vacation. Let me see if I still have the pictures from that, though. Because we went to South Dakota that year.
Really? How beautiful is it up there?
It was really fun, honestly. I really enjoyed it. We went to South Dakota, then we went to Arkansas. Like, we did a bunch of shit that year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Here you go. Feeding the cows.
Is it ironic? Are y'all feeding them, like, what do they eat?
I'm assuming
like
that we're just milking the cows and just putting it into bottles and feeding them.
Okay.
And this is
Yeah,
more
'cause
for
they're
like
just
tourists.
drinking like milk.
For guys coming in. Otherwise, they'll just feed off the teat of the mom.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Okay.
It's my niece. There's Luke out there.
Yeah, look at him. He looks so much younger back then. The kids
Dude,
look
this
so
is
much younger.
2021.
No way. They
So-
have grown so much.
2 years ago. This was in July of 2021.
Oh man, both the kids, Lily and Luke, both.
Yep, milking cows.
Yep. Look at that. And they had a blast doing it.
Dude, honestly, like they had more fun than they'll tell you now.
Yeah.
In the moment, they
probably
were enjoying
loved it. Yeah.
In the moment, like, dude, this is fun.
Again, I go back to the experiences of being a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, who can say they got to milk a cow firsthand?
It's weird, but it worked
It's
out.
awesome.
I mean,
again, going back to being able to like survive. Hey, you find a dairy cow, money,
dude,
you're in.
you're sitting on a gold mine.
Yes, you are.
Honestly, you want me to tell you the best thing to do?
What, dude?
But this is the problem. Without refrigeration, it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
Is you just get a heifer
Yeah.
and a bull
That's it.
and
Lock them up.
Guess what? What are we doing?
We're
starting a beef farm.
yeah. Yeah.
Starting a beef farm.
I've thought about it, dude. I would
because
invest.
I mean, a $1,500 cow,
Yeah.
or not 1,500, 1,500 pound cow.
Yes. Think about that.
I don't know for sure, but it seems like it'll last you at a minimum half the year. I'm sure it'll last you all year if you use it.
I don't know if there's a way you could cure it. I've heard of like salt and burying it. I don't know.
I mean, that's what they used to do.
What they used to do? Yeah.
What they used to do in biblical times. I mean, you throw salt on everything.
You dig a hole deep enough, put some salt on it, and just the ground is cool underneath.
Yeah.
So I've got enough cows
We're
around
just dry
me.
aging all of it. That's all we're doing.
That's it. Yeah.
Dry aging it.
Yeah. I've got enough product around me. I can just go go grab something.
Yeah.
Enough cows out in the pasture.
I mean, honestly, that's the way to do it. Have a beef farm.
100%. Absolutely. That would be one thing. Like, I love milk. Man, I would miss milk if I didn't have a dairy farm.
I don't drink that much milk.
Really?
Oh, this is
I
disturbing.
don't drink a lot of it.
Go
Go
ahead.
I don't drink a lot of it, but man, I like to have it on hand. You know what I mean? In case you need like a bowl of cereal or something.
How often
what's
do
disturbing?
you eat cereal?
Not often anymore. But I just milk, man. It does the body good.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Vitamin D.
I don't drink a lot of milk.
Okay.
Like at all.
Okay. What do we have here? What are you
So
pulling
there
up?
was I just saw this today about a meme
Okay.
of all the bad guys in movies drink milk.
What's the reason behind that?
The bad guy in The Clockwork Orange
Yeah.
drinks milk. The Nazi in
Oh,
No Country for Old Men,
He does.
he drinks
does.
milk.
That's in
The bad
Inglourious-
guy in oh no, you're
Yeah,
right. This is in
Inglourious Basterds.
Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah,
this is from
that's
No Country for Old Men.
Yes.
I don't know what this one's from. This one looks weird.
That's
He's
Kevin
kinda
Spacey,
sexual,
right?
but
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, he's kind of making love with the milk.
But the bad guys drink milk.
Wait,
now,
why
now
is
that one's
that?
just funny.
And look at Pulp Fiction.
Lay on there, the professional.
Yep.
Wait, where do you see Pulp Fiction?
Isn't that him?
Where right here?
Isn't that top right? Isn't that Pulp Fiction? No, that's who. What
This
movie?
is Lay on the Professional.
Oh, that's right. Look at me, myself, and Irene.
Yeah, no. Now that one's just silly. But
Why?
the bad guys drink milk. Why do the bad guys all drink milk? Now, I wish I knew all these movies, but
That's interesting, dude. I'm curious.
the villains in movies, they drink milk.
Why is that?
And have you seen No Country for Old Men?
Yes.
He's walking around with that
The cow prod.
with the cow killer.
Yeah, it's the cow killer. That's what he's killing people with.
Yeah. And he's
Why
and
is
he's
that?
hey buddy, he likes his milk.
Whoa. I've never thought about it. The correlation.
Ooh, I like this. It's pretty simple. Milk is usually associated with the most innocent and pure times of our lives.
Childhood.
That's why it's so unsettling to watch a bad guy drink milk.
Whoa. So it's psychological.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
I saw this today, so it's so funny that you
That
bring
is
this up.
so interesting. I didn't know you. Man, that's cool. You
All
brought
the
it
bad
up.
guys.
Yeah.
Now, I wish I knew these other 2 movies, but that's okay. I know the majority of these.
Well, that's good stuff, man. Now we know.
So don't drink milk. You'll go out and kill a guy. Watch out for Boomer if you see him in the wild because he's out here drinking milk.
bro.
But instead of drinking milk, pick up a Zipline.
That's it, man. It's
The Complicated Patterns Hazy IPA. It's part of their
Super.
black label series.
super tasty.
They did a hell of a job. Honestly, drink anything from Zipline because they are a
Yes.
hell of a brewery.
You will not be disappointed.
I'm telling you this now. If you're ever in Nebraska, which you were talking about flyovers or drive-through cities,
flyover
this
states.
is a flyover state.
Yep.
If you happen to be there for a layover,
Stop in.
grab
Check 'em
you a
out.
Zipline
Yes.
and rock it out. But I appreciate you guys joining us.
Absolutely.
You can find us online at _Dudes and Brews.
Check us out.
We're out of here.
That's been fun. That was fun.
We appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode of Dudes and Brews. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever platform you're on. We're on there. We have a YouTube channel, Dudes and Brews. We would love if you would subscribe there as well. If you are subscribed and you want to help us out just a little more, unsubscribe and resubscribe again. It sounds funny and stupid and kind of obnoxious, all of the subscribing and resubscribing and stuff, but it helps in these little algorithms games for like climbing the charts, because again, we are organic and we are where we are because of you guys.
Yeah, we really do appreciate your support. Shout us out. We really do love it when you guys interact with us, when you add us, mention us, put us on your stories, tag us, all that fun stuff, all the stuff the kids are doing. We like grabbing that stuff and we put it up for you guys. So we appreciate you so much. Keep having fun, drinking them brews, hanging with them dudes. Tune in next week for another episode of Dudes and Brews.